in an actual marathon. You follow me? 3 months to go in a marathon of a campaign. Let's compare that to there being 3 miles to go in an actual marathon, right? So I've been running for a year now. I've ran 23 miles, right? I've gone through Chinatown. I've run through Pilsen. I cut the left on 18th. I went State Street to 35th by Sealy House. I hit the left. I went all the way to, I'm coming down Lakeshore right now. I'm coming down Lakeshore. I see the McCormick. I got 3 miles to go. I ran 23 miles, with 3 miles to go. Suddenly, 10 candidates hop out of Uber with billions of dollars and jump in a race, and everybody says they're front runners. Suddenly it's a crowded field. Suddenly they're fresh bodies. They refer to as front runners. Listen, I know it sounds funny, y'all, but this is serious. This is why things haven't changed in Chicago. Seriously, and it's not a shot at the candidates. This is about how we view political races in Chicago. The front runners are always the people with the most resources. It's not the people that's actually been doing. I've been doing this for 23 miles. I was the first to announce I've been running 23 miles. Right? I've had kitchen table discussions in Mokina about food insecurity. I've been to Beverly 3 times talking to the Duggan sisters. Right? I've been talking to them about environmental injustice. You understand? I got shot, and I didn't even soak. The same week I went to Phil's Coffee in Hyde Park and had a trauma-informed discussion with the community so the community could heal about gun violence. I've been running for a whole year now. A whole year I've been running 23 miles. With 3 miles to go, I can see the finish line, and these 10 candidates, how about they Uber? They hop out the Uber with millions of dollars, and they step out. Listen, y'all, and everybody calls them front runners. Listen, that word front runner, it always reminds me of my college basketball coach, Rico Burkett. All right? So one time, we was getting blown out at halftime in Hawaii. Blown out. Rico kicked in the door of the locker room. He said, y'all some front runners. He said, you a front runner. You a front runner. He pointed at me and said, you a front runner. I was like, I'm a bench warmer. What this dude talking about I'm a front runner for? He's like, you a front runner. Like, Rico, he was always serious. He was always real serious. But his pet peeve when we didn't give maximum effort, he hated it. He hated that more than missed shots. He hated it more than losses. His pet peeve when we didn't give effort, he hated that, right? Bro, so he called us some front runners. Basically what he was saying was that we played pretty well when things were going good. But once we faced some adversity, our collective work ethic as a team would dwindle to the point that we got blown out or we just lost the game, right? We was getting blown out at halftime in Hawaii. He said, y'all some front runners, right? You're a front runner, Jahmal. When things are going good, you all in. You invested in doing the little things it takes to win. But once you face some adversity, once you miss a jump shot, suddenly you're not as invested. You're not willing to put forth the same amount of effort, right? Suddenly you're not playing hard on defense, right? You turn the ball over and you're not a good teammate anymore. You stop calling out the screens because you're not the one being uplifted. That's front runner behavior, Jahmal. He said you a front runner, right? That's what he told us. So listen, the point I'm trying to make is that it's easy to do these little things when everything is positive. But do you have that same motivation? Did you keep that same energy? When your name when your name wasn't in the paper, it's easy to step out in front and say, look at me when you're on BET, look at me. But listen, that's exactly on the radio. But true character is defined when the radio's not there, right? Where was you at? Where was these candidates at? So listen, I say it like this. I don't know, like Coach called us some front runners. I don't know if we came back and won this campaign. I don't know if we came back and won that game. I don't know, but I just know when we came out of halftime tunnel, we had a different type of enthusiasm. I was a bench warmer. I was like, let's go! We had a different type of enthusiasm coming out the halftime tunnel because Coach called us some front runners. Listen, y'all, so when they say these candidates right now, he's a front runner, she's a front runner, I kind of chuckle to myself. And I think about when we got blown out at halftime in Hawaii, and I think of Coach's passionate speech called front runners, man. And listen, the reason why I bring that up is because the scenarios are very similar. When there was adversity attached to this campaign, when Congressman Rush was in this race, nobody did nothing but me. Nobody, even though there's more babies dying of asthma in the 1st District than anywhere else in the country, nobody said nothing. Even though Congressman Rush hadn't been to work in 2 years, they didn't say nothing. But suddenly, he hops out the race, they hop out their Uber and say, look at me. That's front runner behavior, man. If you didn't have the courage to step up before, you're not going to have the courage to step up for us when you're in D.C. That's front runner behavior, man. I did this because I believe the federal government can and should be doing more for us on the south side of Chicago in the 1st District. These candidates, and it's not, again, listen, y'all, these candidates, they can raise all the money they want from their ivory towers. You can do what you want. It's not about, I'm not calling out candidates. I'm calling out the way we look at races in Chicago. The people that are called front runners, they're the people that have the most money. They're not the people that have shown up. I've ran 23 miles already. Bro, I've been to Tinley Park in the school district meetings at 8 o'clock at night. Where was they at? They wasn't, listen, in Tinley Park, do you know they only got $58,000 to cover 4 high schools for their whole homeless population? That's not enough.